Hello, boys and girls. Today, when you are not with me, you are going to work on a special assignment. That special assignment is that you are going to make an apple glyph. Now, Mrs. White wrote right here, what is a glyph? A glyph just means that you're showing something without using words. You're using symbols or you're using code. So I can't wait to show you how to do this. You need to keep this video on. Now, what you might need to do maybe is to pause the video while you're watching it so that you have time to make your art great. So this is what you're going to need. So you can get a piece of blank paper. You're going to need your crayons and good listening ears because you're going to be listening to Mrs. White. So pause your video and go and get those supplies, please. So like Mrs. White mentioned, our apples are going to tell all about us. So your apple's going to be all about you, but it's going to be in a secret code. So the grown-ups that you tell the code to will know what your apple means, but people you don't tell the code to, they won't ever know. So let's start with your piece of paper and you're going to draw an apple shape like Mrs. White did. And you have to imagine it's like we cut the apple in half. Now, Mrs. White chose red because that's my favorite kind of apple to eat. That's our first code, our first part of our glyph. If you like red apples, color your apple outline red. If you like yellow apples, color your apple outline yellow. If you like green apples, color your outline green. And do you remember in our video from Scholastic, it even said some apples are pink, like the pink lady. So if you've had one of those apples and that's your favorite, you're going to draw your apple outline that color. So pause the video and you're going to draw your peel of the apple. The next thing that we're going to do with secret code is we're going to draw the seeds or the pips in our apple. Now don't start drawing yet because you have to do a certain amount of seeds. You are going to do one seed for every year old that you are. So if you are 5, you're going to draw 5 seeds. If you are 6, you're going to draw 6 seeds. If you are 7, you're going to draw 7 seeds. Mrs. White drew 6 seeds. It's close enough to my age. It would have been a very seedy apple. Pause the video and draw your seed code. Next, we're going to draw the stem of the apple. Now, here's the secret code. If you are a girl, you're going to do a brown stem. See how Mrs. White's is brown? If you are a boy, you are going to have a dark green stem. So pause the video and draw a stem on your apple. The code for the leaves is you are either going to have 0 leaves, 1 leaf, or 2 leaves. So if you don't like apples, you will draw 0 leaves. If you like apples and you think they're okay, you're going to draw 1 leaf on your apple. If you love apples, like Mrs. White does in this picture, you will have 2 leaves on your apple. So pause the video and draw your leaves on your apple glyph. Ah, a worm! You are going to add a worm in your apple. If you have been to an apple orchard or you've been apple picking, you can draw a worm in your apple. If you've not been apple picking or to an apple orchard, you don't have to draw a worm in your apple. So pause the video and add a worm if that secret code applies to you. Mrs. White put her apple on a plate, and if you notice, my plate is pink, and pink happens to be my favorite color. So I want you to draw your apple on a plate that is your favorite color, any color you like. Pause the video and draw your plate that is your favorite color. And of course, we write our name as neatly as we can under the plate. If you don't have room, it's okay to put it on the top too. But Mrs. White has a question up here. Does your apple look like mine? So I can tell, here's our secret code about Mrs. White. She loves red apples. She is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. Remember, we're pretending. She is a girl. She has a brown stem. She loves apples. She has 2 leaves. She's been apple picking because she has a worm coming out of her apple. And her favorite color is pink. So maybe some things in our apple look the same, but maybe some things look different. And that's the fun of the glyph. If you looked at anyone's apple in our class, you could tell all those things about them because we know the code and we were really good listeners today.